It's a cold and frosty morning, and 3/4 of the lakeette is frozen. So the ducks aren't quite sure what's happened. And oh, I can hear them breaking the ice. Oh, bit of a struggle there. The coypu walking across like Jesus.
So now we've got to start our projects, and there's a few things that I need to do before we can proceed with the bigger projects. We've got a few of those planned, but I need a workshop, and I need to make the barn, I need to make the barn weather tight. So let's just show you a few of the jobs that we need to do for that. So at the end, this is just where I was standing, and at the end of this barn is the room which I'm going to use as the workshop for phase 1. I've got my workbench in there. There's power and light and water to that room, so that's handy. But as you can see, there's no door, so I need to make a door frame for this, and then I need to make a door, and then I need to make a window for that. And you can see here, yesterday I just started experimenting replacing the timber, so you can see the doors were this condition beforehand. They're made in oak, but they're probably original, very rotten. Nothing can be saved apart from the furniture. And then here you can see the similar side. This is actually the better side of the two, but an oak door. So I've had to replace it with softwood, but I've got some exterior paint to go onto there to help that out. And then once we've done that, I've got this door to make. This one's in 1.5 leaves. So you can see there, again, we'll keep the blacksmith. That's handmade door furniture, lovely. But you can see where they've scarfed in. They've already replaced the bottom half of this door once, and that's gone. So once the door's done, I'll then need to slip form a new threshold. And this is the last door on this side, exactly the same problem. But by the time I get to this one, I should be pretty good at it, I would think. And then we'll take you around. This is the worst job, so I won't be doing this until I'm absolutely confident, because all of that needs replacing. And my main concern is that I can't really make the door off of the opening, because I don't think I'll be able to lift it back up there once I've done it. It's going to be too heavy. And if you have a look at that hinge there, that hinge is closed. I don't know if you can see that, so it won't lift off. There might be a pin I can knock out, but regardless of all of that, it's going to be quite a pain. Now we're on the gable end of the barn. We've got another door to make for here. This one is just pushed in there at the moment, just to hold it. And then I've got to do some repairs to the render there and to the top of the door. In fact, the whole of the barn needs remortaring. And then this is where the chickens are living at the moment. I've got to make another frame and a door for that. And the other problem, guys, is that my tools are all in boxes still. And so that means I've been using what tools I can find. Let me just show you where my tool store is at the moment, and you'll see what I mean. So this is reasonably dry, but I can't use this floor as a workshop. It's just too uneven where it's been used for animals. So we've got motorbikes in here, and then through on this side we've got, it's not going to be very clear to see, but I've got boxes of my tools. So we're inside the first barn, and before I started videoing this series, I just experimented by making that door up. So I've actually used the original frame on the inside, which didn't look particularly good, but actually the timber was very solid and it's nicely jointed, so I didn't want to muck about with that. And I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. So this door is going to come off, go into the workshop, inverted commas, and let's get it built. Let me just show you something really clever about the design of this barn and how these doors were made. So we've got conventional hinges with a pin, and the hinge is a lift-off hinge. In other words, you can just lift the whole door off of the hinge when you want to go and repair it or paint it or stain it or whatever. But quite a tight fit to the top there of that lintel. So what they've done in the design, very clever this, look, is, so I don't know if you can see this, but they've actually made a void up here between the lintel and the exterior blockwork, the exterior stone, so that the door can actually lift up into that void in order to take it out. Isn't that clever? Anyway, let's get on. This is tongue groove, and it's got these cuts down on the inside to allow the wood to move around a little bit. That's why I haven't glued the joints. So we've got the tongue here, and then the groove on the other side. It's very similar to floorboards. In fact, this might be floorboard material, but it's quite short. It's only 2 meters, so it's not quite high enough. But it's fine, because what I'll then do is pop a piece on the bottom, which will act as my sacrificial weather strip. So instead of having to later on scarf in new pieces or put a sheet across the bottom, we can just take the horizontal piece away and replace it with a new fresh piece of timber. So the good news is, out of the tools we found these are called sash clamps. They're normally made for used for making furniture, cabinet furniture, and doors like this, anywhere where you have to strap in large pieces of timber, wide pieces of timber. So they've picked up a bit of surface rust in the humidity in the barns, but you know, that's why we're doing the doors. What I've got to do now is just cut this tongue away. This is the top. This side here is going to be cut down to width. So it doesn't matter that this is getting a little bit of damage, because this is going to be shortened. So we need to cut this tongue off. Yeah, so let's get on with that. Thank you, sweetheart. Reusing these pieces, they're oak. There's a bit of surface rot, but actually they're solid. They're very, very heavy. Always a good indicator. So we're reusing those, and I'm just going to drill the holes for the bolts and get the first one in. So here we go. Doesn't matter that I'm drilling the wrong direction in here, because the head on these is large enough to cover up any damage to the wood from the other side. Okay, so that's the door leaf done. All we need to do now is get it up, and then there's a clothes strip that needs to go down on this side, and then all the door furniture. So where are we going, Miss Anna?
Oh, Palm Springs, aren't we? We're on our way to Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. Sounds nice. But we're not. We're going to a French farm. What are we doing there?
Going to get some sausages and meat.
So
They rear their own meat, so to speak. So it's all fresh produce.
this is probably the only time I've ever done anything like this, where I've gone into a well before it's gone into the food chain, you know, not food chain, the sales chain, you know, supermarkets and packaging and all that. So and Anna wants to find somewhere to buy milk like this, where it's straight out of the cow.
Yeah, I'd love to have some fresh milk.
We've got some urns, haven't we?
I don't think I'll be able to drink that much though.
2 urns, please, monsieur. 2 urnes. And here it is. Here is the farm just up here. Oh my God, look at those turkeys.
Oh, beautiful.
I can talk to them. Do you want me to show you?
Go on then.
Hello? How are you?
You're beautiful.
Bonjour. Ça va? Oh.
Oh. See you soon, turkeys. Bye.
Bye. Come and behold him, 'tis the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Very well done.
Cheers, honey.
This is Brambles' first time outside. He's already learning how the cat flap works, so it's time for us to let him out.